tried so hard.
Man, Harris, gotta be feeling it all, man.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Everyone's careers have ups and downs. You win some, you lose some is a pretty popular expression, but not for me. If you look at my career, going from SAW to WFK to ROX and hell, even my own company, I have fallen short at almost every turn and almost every opportunity I've been given. I never measured up to people's expectations in SAW. WFK closed its doors before I could even show the world what I had to offer. It's taken me 3 years to get a single win on ROX. And worst of all, I was practically forced out of my own company. Now I left AoW for several reasons. For one, and probably the biggest reason, I just needed a change of scenery. So many crushing blows, one after the other, and I just couldn't bear to look the fans in the eyes after this last one. First, I lost the AoW Championship to Isaac Taylor, as well as the rematch. And of course, I lost my grudge match against Jacob Young. But Zach Sanchez beating me at Prophecy a few years ago is what really pushed me over the edge. See, with all those other losses, they were all to people who knew me and knew how I worked, so it was understandable that they beat me. Zach, though, this is our first time facing each other, and he made a fool out of me in front of everyone. So I left. But little did I know, by leaving, leadership over AoW went to the highest bidder. And it just so happens that the person with the highest bid was a man who has done everything in his power to keep me and so many others down. That man is Skylar Matthews.
Hello, my AoW universe. In case you don't already know my name is Skylar Matthews, and I am the new owner of AoW. And as I'm sure all of you know, Justin Harris has officially left AoW.
You see, the thing with Matthews is, he walks up into whatever company he can get his hands on and preaches about how he is here to make change happen.
I'm a man who is willing to give opportunity to people who have earned it.
People don't realize it's not the change you think is going to happen. Change will come, but not for you. It'll come for anyone other than you, because you're not good enough in his eyes. Just look at the favoritism shown immediately when he arrived. He saw his group of guys. He saw the people who maybe couldn't reach their potential under my leadership, and he did everything he could to blast them to the moon with no return in sight. If you don't believe me, let's take a trip down memory lane. On his first night in AoW, he announced that Gerard Bowden will be given a #1 contenders match for the US Championship for no reason at all. Guess what? That match was against some no-name local who was never seen again afterwards. And sure enough, Bowden couldn't get the job done when he was given his first shot. Now let's look at Rebellion, and the first ever Money in the Bank ladder match we held. Who won that again? Oh yeah, Donnie Octane, a guy who at the time wasn't even signed to AoW. And because of that, Will Steele lost his shot at the briefcase and ultimately walked out of AoW, all because of Matthews. Then of course, we come full circle to Skylar's right-hand man. Someone who wouldn't even have been elevated to the spot he's at right now had he not had his match with me. That man is Zach Sanchez. I'll hand it to Zach. He was able to win the AoW Championship without Matthews. But what followed was an abomination. Zach officially sided with Matthews and let the whole world know what we already knew about him, and that is that he's a snake who is willing to do anything, no matter who he has to step on, to get what he wants. If Zach wanted it, Matthews will get it for him like a parent does with a whining child. Now Matthews definitely tried to get a few other people to side with him, but ultimately, guys like Nate West and Matt Bailey refused to join him, and for that, I have a tremendous amount of respect for both of those men. But if there's one thing that I've learned while battling Matthews over the years, it's that he isn't someone to mess with. All of you watched what he did to Nate back at Wrestle Warfare. If I'm being completely honest, just sitting there and watching was one of the hardest things that I had to do while I was away. Watching as my friends got screwed over by the same guy who has been terrorizing me ever since we made contact with each other. Watching people who at one time or another had my respect throw all that away just to make themselves look good in Skylar's eyes.
In my opinion, tag teams just never worked here because of poor management. Well, let's not beat around the bush here. Tag teams never worked here because of Justin Harris and his horrible leadership skills.
Let's put Justin Harris as an example, that pathetic excuse of a leader that he is.
I'm not going to run away like a coward just because times get tough.
If I were you, Nate, I'd just do what Harris did and quit.
Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. And I did what I should have done before any of this got out of hand. And that's come back, return to my one true home, and take back what I should have never sheepishly given away. Nobody was ready for the storm that was brewing. Not me, not the fans, and sure as hell, not Skylar Matthews.
I have all the momentum in the world on my side, and nobody's gonna put an end to that anytime soon.
Oh my God, oh, look who is back, Justin Harris. We haven't seen Justin Harris in over a year. What the hell does he have to say to Skylar Matthews?
Who the hell do you think
Who the hell do I think I am? You know damn well who I am. You know that I made this place, that I am one of the original owners of this place, and I'm here to take it back.
You think you're gonna come back here? You're gonna take this from me? You don't even have a contract.
Well, here's something that you don't seem to understand. When I left, I made sure that I left the door open just a crack, just to make sure that if I ever needed to, I could come back. In case you couldn't tell by now, I am, and as I said before, I'm taking back what's mine, whether you like it or not.
I don't know what bullshit loopholes you came up with before you left, but something you don't seem to understand is that I still own this place, and I have the final say in every decision that goes through this place.
Okay, that's fair. How about this? Let's have a match, right here, tonight, and that will determine who takes ownership over AoW once and for all.
Are you serious? Do you really think I would stoop that low? Do you think that I would really accept a match against someone like you? Hell, when was the last time you won a match? It definitely wasn't here. I know that for sure. It wasn't your last match when you lost to Zach Sanchez back at Prophecy.
What? You afraid that I'll get lucky and send everything you've stolen from me crumbling down?
You're right. I am afraid. I'm afraid of what will happen if I were to destroy you in this ring. I'm afraid of what your friends and your family will feel after they see their beloved Justin Harris laying lifeless in the center of the ring, drowning in a pool of his own blood.
No. Believe me, I have all the respect in the world for Nate West. But I can promise you one thing, that I won't be left lifeless like him. I will not be sent to the emergency room and forced out of my own company for God knows how long. I don't care what I have to do. I'm gonna get this match one way or another, whether you like it or not.
You're right. You aren't like Nate, because Nate didn't give up, unlike you, so at least he has that going for him. You say you want a match with me? Do you really? I'll tell you what. No. But hey, you can still stick around and enjoy the ride with everyone else.
As for Skylar Matthews and his army of assholes, he may have to climb my match, but one way or another, I will get to him, and I will put an end to all of the pain and sorrow that he has caused over his last year here. And the only way to get to him is to get through every single one of his men. I was able to convince Donnie to start thinking of himself more. I embarrassed Zach and left him in the middle of this ring not knowing what just hit him. Now the question is, where do I go from here? You know what, I'll tell you where I'm going from here. Genesis. And the man that I want to face in this ring is a man that I have plenty of history with. That man is Isaac Taylor.
To find myself again, my walls are closing in.
Without a sense of confidence, I'm convinced that there's just too much pressure to take.
And I felt this way before, so insecure. Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. Fear is all I fall. Confused and
As I stand in the center of this ring, I am issuing the challenge. Skylar Matthews, I want to go one-on-one with you at Prophecy.
Justin, how many times are we going to go through this before you get it through your thick skull that this dream match of yours will never happen?
I'm going to get this match. One way or another, I am going to drive you to the brink of insanity. Until one day, you realize that you've got no choice but to put an end to me. And that is where I will destroy you.
You want your match? You want to do this at Prophecy? Fine. You got it. Just know that it'll be the last match you ever compete in. You are finally getting what you wanted, you and I, at Prophecy, with my power and
I told you I'd get it. By any means necessary.
here's what I did. I changed a few things in the contract to make this a fair match. To even things out, so to speak. Yes, don't worry, control over AoW is still involved in the stipulation, but the kicker in this version is that your career is on the line.
What?
You heard me right. And this doesn't just mean your AoW career. This involves places like ROX, UCW, Affinity, anywhere and everywhere that you might pop up in. You are no longer going to be able to wrestle there or anywhere.
You know, Skylar, I can't say I'm surprised. From the day that I met you back in WFK, you have always had it out for me. It didn't matter what I said or what I did. You were always there to stifle me and any shred of success I could get my hands on. So you know what? I will take this game. If I can't beat you, then maybe I don't even deserve to be a wrestler. This isn't a game to me. This is something that I'm going to take to my grave. And in that process, I'm going to send you to yours.
Oh, Justin. Just as naive as before.